At the edge of the Arctic Ocean, on an island ruled by a treaty unlike any other on Earth, there is a mountain with a steel door. Behind that door, a tunnel descends 300 meters into the permafrost. And at the bottom of that tunnel, sealed in the dark, lies a copy of human civilization. The code that runs your world, the archives of nations, manuscripts 1,000 years old. All of it, stored in a place designed to survive everything. This is File 002.
Svalbard, a frozen archipelago halfway between Norway and the North Pole. Under a treaty signed in 1920, it belongs to Norway, but not entirely. Dozens of nations hold rights here. Military bases are forbidden. It is, legally, a place apart, which makes it the perfect location for something no single country should control. Outside the main settlement, carved into the side of a mountain, stands the entrance to an abandoned coal mine. Mine number 3. The coal is long gone. What replaced it is worth infinitely more.
To understand why this place exists, you need to understand a fear. Not war, not disease, forgetting. Everything you own, everything you know, everything your government knows exists as data. And data is fragile. Formats die, servers fail, companies collapse. Historians call it the digital dark age, a future that remembers the pyramids but loses the 21st century. Svalbard had already answered a version of this fear once. A few kilometers away, buried in the same permafrost, sits the global seed vault, the backup of the world's food supply. Governments send seeds there so that no famine, no war, no catastrophe can erase what feeds us. In 2017, the same logic was applied to something else, memory itself. The mine became the Arctic World Archive, and the vault began to fill. Before we go deeper, answer me this in the comments. If civilization had one backup, who should hold the key? Governments or private companies? Remember your answer at the end of this file.
300 meters down, the tunnel opens into a sealed vault. Inside, containers of photosensitive film, not hard drives, film. Data written as images, readable with nothing more than light and a lens. No electricity, no software, no passwords that expire. Designed to last 500 years, perhaps 1,000. So what did the world decide to save? In 2020, GitHub, the platform where the world's software lives, deposited 21 terabytes of open source code. The foundations of the modern internet, frozen in the dark. National archives from dozens of countries, Vatican Library manuscripts, masterpieces, land registries, constitutions. The machine's most valuable possession, its own instructions, now sleeps inside a mountain at the end of the world. But every archive has a question written above its door.
Who chooses what goes in and what stays out? The Arctic World Archive is not run by the United Nations, not by a government. It is operated by a private company. The nations of the world send their memory to a vault they do not own, on an island governed by a 100-year-old treaty, guarded by permafrost and steel. If the digital world fell tomorrow, the survivor's version of history would be whatever is in that mountain, chosen by those who could afford to send it. A treaty that suspends normal law, a vault beyond any single nation, a private key to civilization's memory. If this sounds familiar, it should. The silent machine we opened in File 001 doesn't just move money. It stores what it values most, where no one can touch it. This file stays open. In File 003, there is one machine built by one company in Europe that the entire modern world depends on. Every phone, every weapon, every AI,